Hello and welcome back to my 300 drawing prompts series. Today's prompt is the Milky Way. I know last week's prompt was also kind of space themed because it was a meteor, that was the idea. But, I mean, to be honest, both of the prompts were on the same page, so I think they're meant to kind of have a theme together. But I decided to do one prompt at a time, and so this is how it's going to be. Going into this, I wasn't very sure how I was going to do this. In that I kind of knew the colors I wanted to use, but I wasn't sure if I needed to sketch anything out, if I just needed to start putting the paint on the paper. So I guess in the end I kind of wet my paper, I got it really damp with a lot of water, and then I used some wet on wet techniques to kind of blend it and get something that looks like the Milky Way or some sort of galaxy. I got to a point where I realized I really couldn't get as deep of color as I wanted to with the cake palette that I had, so I switched it back over to liquid watercolors. I used P.H. Martin's Radiant watercolors because they do work very much like ink, and they also produce a very dark color, as you can see here. And since that's what I was going for, because we're looking at a night sky, then I think that works very well. I wouldn't say necessarily a lot of skill went into being able to make this piece. It was really just a matter of patience and color choice. And I guess later on, when I do the inking and stuff for the background, I actually use acrylic paints for some points in the video, like for the stars and stuff. Like, really didn't take a lot of extreme skill or anything. It was just a matter of putting the paint in the right place. Since I've talked a lot about this piece already, I figure I might as well talk about some of the other stuff that happened in my life while I was making this piece. Because it heavily relied on patience and waiting for the paint to completely dry before going over it with the next coat. And that's something I have trouble with. I have trouble waiting for paint to dry. And so I had to find ways to get around that for this one. So I actually recorded this in a lot of different segments because I had to keep on waiting for the paint to dry. And on another somewhat random note, one of the many things I did while I was waiting for paint to dry was I accidentally cut my leg open with a piece of glass. If you've watched one of my previous videos, I did describe an experience where I cut open my finger with a hatchet, so needless to say, I'm just a clumsy person sometimes. I'll never make a claim to be graceful or to be anything that isn't clumsy, because I have been hurt too many times to ever tell someone that I'm not clumsy. Like, seriously, I mean, last year I stubbed my toe really hard on my chair and I lost my toenail because of it. And I don't remember what happened to the other one, but it was still bad. So that's a really strange note to end this thing on. But if you like what I'm painting here, or if you like what I do on this channel, then please consider subscribing. Thanks.